There are three people in my life who I'm incredibly grateful for: my mom, my grandma, and a woman from our church. So, growing up deaf, my mom didn't really know what to do with me. She had no idea where to send me to school, and my church community never really thought that I would amount to much. So, this was back in the 1950s when racism was still a deciding factor in where kids could go to school. So there were some schools that I could not even attend because I was black. One day, a woman approached my mom at church and asked where she was going to send me to school. My mom had no idea. And so the woman suggested that we go and meet with a social worker to discuss my options. We lived in a small town near Louisville, Kentucky. And so we took that woman's advice and we decided to go ahead and meet with a social worker. We asked her where my options would be for a residential school near my hometown. And the social worker suggested one residential school in Kentucky and one in Indiana. This was a really hard decision for us, but we decided on the school in Indiana. We went ahead and applied to the school, and I was feeling really excited about this decision. It was tough for my mom because she knew she would have to let go of me at such a young age. After we made this decision and applied to the school, we were excited to go and announce to the members of our church that I would be attending a residential school in Indiana. So we were really surprised when they were not approving of this decision. In fact, they were appalled. They thought that I should be close to my family and close to my church community. This was really upsetting for my mom, but we went ahead with the decision because she knew that this was going to be the best for my future. So we went back and met with the social worker again, and we discussed everything that I would need to prepare to move to the school. One of the things I would need would be a new school uniform. However, my family could not afford to buy a new school uniform. We were really struggling for money at the time, and so my grandmother actually made all of my clothes for me. Everything, including my socks. She was really happy that I would be going to the school, and she was really proud of me, so she actually took that time and helped me by making all my clothes for me. So another issue that we would be facing in attending the school would be how I would get back and forth. We were really struggling for money, and so we didn't have a car, and so we had no idea how I was going to get to and from the school. So we were really impressed when a policeman from my hometown actually offered to drive me an hour to the residential school. And so he did. He drove me all the way there, and he made sure I was okay, and then he drove my family all the way back to the town. So that cop was so generous. He was able to take that time and be able to help me in that experience going to the residential school. So I'm so thankful for all of those people who were really a deciding factor and were really supportive of me attending the residential school in Indiana.